Jumpin' Jada.
And I'm Always Awesome Austin. Man, I am pumped and excited about our show today.
Me too, Austin. Are you excited? It's that time.
Yep, our time to shine.
Time to show them who we really are.
That's right, we're talking about PASS.
Yes, next we'll be taking the Palmetto Assessment of State Standards.
Also known as PASS.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to show off all the knowledge that I've learned this year.
Thank you, teachers, for working so hard to get us ready.
Yes, I know it hasn't been easy.
But we're ready. Let's do it.
Our reporter Bailey caught up with several teachers to ask them about some test taking strategies.
So pay attention and use these strategies when you're taking the test next week.
Over to you, Bailey.
Hey, this is Connor reporting for the Weekly Buzz. I'm here with Miss Edwards to talk about good test-taking strategies. Miss Edwards, how can students ace the PASS test?
Well, it's nothing you can do just overnight, but a few things that you can do to make sure that you do really well. I know you've heard it a million times, but get to bed early. Eat a good breakfast. And by a good breakfast, I do not mean sugar, I do not mean candy, and I do not mean Takis. Okay? Make sure that you're focused in the whole time you're testing. And here's a big thing. Maybe you don't know what the answer is, but you know what it isn't. So use process of elimination. Go through everything, eliminate the ones you know it can't be, and then if you can get it narrowed down, make your best guess and leave nothing blank, because PASS judges you on how many you get right. So you can't get it right if you leave it blank. So fill them all in, do your best, and I know you're all going to do great, Sanders. You've done well.
Thank you, Miss Edwards.
You're welcome, Connor.
Now we're going to go see Miss Addie and see what kind of strategies she can give us. Hey, Miss Addie.
Hey, Connor.
What kind of strategies do you have to share with us today?
Well, I agree with everything that Miss Edwards said. You should make sure you answer all of the questions. And remember, PASS is not timed. You can take your time. You can answer every question. Make sure you read everything thoroughly. There's no prizes for finishing first. When you're taking the science PASS, one recommendation I have is to read all of your answer choices. Like with this question here. A patient had trouble breathing during exercise. His doctor examined him and wrote these statements on his chart. The patient complains of difficulty breathing during exercise. During the office visit, the patient was wheezing. The patient most likely has asthma. The condition will be treated with an inhaling medication. Which statement is an inference but not a prediction? So you have to think about what it is when you make an inference. Look at A. The patient complains of difficulty breathing during exercise. B. During the office visit, the patient was wheezing. C. The patient most likely has asthma. And D. The condition will be treated with an inhaling medication. The answer here is C, because that is an inference. Okay, with this next question, a student is using her knowledge of wind and forces to build a windmill. What is the student doing? A, predicting the weather. Well, you're not predicting the weather with a windmill. B, making a scientific discovery. Well, windmills have already been discovered, so that's not it. C, observing atmospheric processes, which you are not doing either. So the answer has to be D, creating an example of technology. So D is your best answer choice here.
Since you're the math coach, let's hear some of your math strategies.
Okay. Here, I have two strategies for math. First is to read and reread the question. With this example here, if we just look at the question, which model represents half percent? Well, if you aren't thinking about percent, or if you just see the word half or the number half, you might think B is your best choice. But it is clearly not half of a percent, it's half of 100, but half of a percent would be this answer here, A. Okay? Next, I have several recommendations for this question, or in questions like this. Draw a picture, use formulas, write out steps to solve equations. With this question here, triangle ABC is a right triangle. The shortest side is 7 meters long, and the longest side is 10 meters long. What is the approximate length of the third side? Well, I have a right triangle drawn here, and I'm going to use my clues to help me make a decision on this answer. The shortest side is 7 meters, so the shortest side would be here. The longest side is 10 meters, and we should all know that the longest side of a triangle is this hypotenuse, which is the side across from the right angle. So that would be 10 meters. So what's left for me to find is this side length here. And I hope that this makes you think about the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, so a is 7, b is our unknown, and c is always our hypothesis, so I will use 10 here. To solve this equation, I'm also going to write out all of my steps. So 7 squared is 49 plus b squared equals 10 squared, which is 100. Now to solve for b, I have to subtract 49 from each side, and I get b squared equals 51. And I take the square root of each side, and I get b equals square root of 51. Well, there is no perfect answer for that. So I go back over and I look at the question again. What is the approximate length? So I can guesstimate that if the square root of 51 is somewhere close to 7, because 7 squared is 49. So B, 7, is my correct answer.
Thank you, Miss Addie, for showing us all these great strategies. Do you have any more tips for the students at Sanders?
Yes, students at Sanders, let's show the district how smart all of our students are. We've been working hard this year, and let's show them how we did it on PASS.
Thank you, Miss Addie.
Thank you, Connor.
Boy, that was some good stuff.
Yes, very helpful tips. Time to focus.
But first, we need to have a little fun.
Oh yeah, what do you have in mind?
Well, since we have so many talented students around here, I thought it would be fun to have a few past years.
That would be fun, and I know just what to ask. Come on, let's go.
P-A-S-S. Come on, Jax, let's pass that test. P-A-S-S. Focus real hard and do your best. Give me a P. P, you got your P, you got your P. Give me an A. A, you got your A, you got your A. Give me an S. S, you got your S, you got your S. Give me an S. S, you got your S, you got your S. Get some rest and eat breakfast. 5, 6, 7, 8. Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L. Everybody yell, go past us. Woo! Go past us. Woo! Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L. Everybody yell, go past us. Woo! Go past us. Woo! Sanders students, eat your food, cause past testing is coming soon. Get a good sleep at night, because past testing is a fight. Go past testing. Woo! Go past testing. Woo! Jack is on time, on task, on target, with respect. On time, on task, on target,
is
Question of the week.
Question of the Week. Question of the Week!
Hey, this is Haven with Question of the Week. How do you plan to prepare for PASS? This is Alex. Alex, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
Sleeping.
Awesome. This is Jameson. Jameson, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
Sleep more and eat more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So how are you going to prepare for PASS?
Study.
Okay. This is Kristen. Kristen, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
Studying and getting night's sleep.
Jake, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
I want to review all the stuff my teachers taught me.
Kobe, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
Get a good night's sleep, eat some breakfast, and study my notes.
Chance, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
Studying over my notes, eating a healthy breakfast, and make sure I get enough sleep.
Zacchaeus, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
Sleep and study.
Callie, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
I'm gonna get a lot of sleep.
Emily, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
Go to bed early and get a good night's sleep.
Okay, Kanaja, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
Well, I'm gonna go to sleep early. I'm gonna get a good night rest. I'm gonna eat nutritiously, and I'm gonna study a lot. And I'm gonna pass this test.
Will, how do you plan to prepare for PASS?
I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. I'm gonna eat nutritious breakfast, and I'm gonna bust this thing, Jack.
Good job, guys. I think you are ready.
Okay, so let's get a good night's sleep, eat a good breakfast, and come ready to do work.
Yes, pass the pass.
I'm ready. I just hope we have good weather that day.
Well, I know who to ask.
Hey,
Emily, what's the weather like out there?
Hey SMS, it's Emily, your trusted weather girl. Today we're going to talk about predictions for PASS week. I predict well-rested students, full bellies, and high test scores. And the weather's going to be nice too, mid-70s all week. Make sure that you're on time, on task, and on target with respect and ready for PASS. This is Emily, out.
Good job.
Okay, SMS, it's that time in the show where we tell you about one cool career.
And one awesome college.
It's never too early to start thinking about these things, you know.
That's right, and Connor's going to tell us about a cool career.
Then Jay's going to tell us all about an awesome college right here in South Carolina.
Over to you, Connor.
Hey SMS, Bailey here with this week's cool career. And by the way, I guess you noticed I'm not Connor. You see, I wasn't here to do the PASS interview with Miss Edwards and Miss Addie. I was on a field trip. I know, you're jealous. Anyway, just thought I should clear that up. This week's cool career is a radio television announcer. You could be a news anchor, a sports director, or a radio announcer. Radio and television announcers speak or read from scripted materials, such as news reports or commercial messages. This career would require you to have excellent communication and speaking skills. Many times, announcers are responsible for getting their information either through observations or research. They need to be very creative when it comes to developing their reports. Of course, they cannot be shy. They need to have a very outgoing personality. The Holland Personality Code for a radio or television announcer is AES. A is for artistic and means that you are very creative. E is for enterprising, which means you like prestige and being in charge. That's me. And S is for social, which means you like working and talking with people. That's me too. Generally, being a radio or television announcer can be a stressful job since you are always in the public eye. But if you have a gift of gab or you like to talk and be the person to break a story, then this may be the career for you. This career does require at least a college bachelor's degree in journalism, broadcasting, or mass communications. If you're interested in learning more about this career, see Ms. Dunlap. The average salary for a radio or television announcer in South Carolina is $49,900 a year. Hey SMS, as you can tell, I'm not Jada either, but I don't know where she is. So I'm going to do this week's awesome college. We are highlighting Winthrop University, which is about an hour and a half up the road in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's about 20 minutes from Charlotte, North Carolina. Winthrop is just a great mid-sized university. The average class size is approximately 24 students. There are about 6,000 students enrolled at Winthrop, so it's really easy to get to know a lot of people. Winthrop offers 42 undergraduate majors and 26 graduate majors, with over 100 programs of studies. All of the majors are grouped in 4 different colleges within the university: College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business Administration, College of Education, and College of Visual and Performing Arts. About half of the students live in dormitories on campus, and the other half live off campus. There are many opportunities to get involved in over 160 clubs and organizations, 16 fraternities and sororities, and 30 intramural sports programs, which is like a recreational league. Winthrop has a thriving sports program in the Big South Conference of the NCAA Division I. They offer men's and women's basketball, lacrosse, tennis, golf, track, cross country, and soccer. Also women's softball and volleyball and men's baseball. The school colors are garnet and gold, and the mascot is the eagle. Winthrop University was named to U.S. News Magazine's Top 10 Regional Public Universities in the South in the America's Best Colleges 2013 edition. If you'd like more information on Winthrop University, see Ms. Dunlap.
Alright, SMS, before I go to the show, we ought to tell you about a lot of great things that's been going around here.
Yes, we've had chorus concerts, music shows, field trips to the Dare Center, and just all kinds of cool stuff.
Recently, the 8th graders went on an awesome field trip to Charleston, South Carolina.
I heard it was a lot of fun and very educational.
Take a look at some of the scenes from the trip.
Let's get that's all for this edition of the Weekly Buzz. And remember, put on your game face.
Yes, we want a grand slam on the pass. Do your best.
Okay, I'm always Awesome Austin.
And I'm Jumpin' Java Jada. And this is the Weekly Buzz on WSMS.
Bye.
Bye. And that's the wrap. Give me a P.
P.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me an S.
S.
Give me another S.
S.
What'd you get?
Pass.
Woo!